Okay, today we'll talk on the other topics of straight line in analytic geometry. And this will be the topics on the conditions of parallel lines, perpendicular lines, distance between 2 points in a line, and also midpoint of 2 points in a straight line. Okay, these are the other topics. And to do it one by one, let's start with the distance between 2 points in a line. Okay, so if you will look on the sloping line here, you can pretty much say that okay, it will have your horizontal and vertical component forming a 90-degree right triangle, or a right triangle, I mean. So the height is defined as y2 minus y1, and x2 minus x1 will be your base. Okay, so remember your Pythagorean theorem. If you have a right triangle, this is your opposite side, adjacent side, and this is your hypotenuse. Pretty much you say that c square is equal to a square plus b square. Solving the distance c, which is the hypotenuse, it is the square root of a square plus b square. So in similar fashion here, we will say this distance p1, p2, which is the hypotenuse, will now be equal to p1, p2, equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 square plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 square. Okay. This is now the distance between 2 points in a line. Okay, let's move to the midpoint of 2 points in a line. So midpoint, so you're given P1, P2. Midpoint will say this is P sub m. So the coordinate will be x sub m and also y sub m. So the midpoint coordinate x sub m will be equal to 1/2 x sub 1 plus x sub 2, and y sub m will be equal to 1/2 y sub 1 plus y sub 2. It's like taking their average. So therefore you can now solve the coordinate and locate the midpoint of a line between 2 points. Okay, what is the condition or conditions that satisfy for parallel lines? Okay, the lines are said to be parallel if the slope are equal. Okay, so if m is a slope, the slope of line 1 must be equal to the slope of line 2 to make the condition as parallel lines. Okay. Okay, what are the conditions for perpendicular lines? So if m L1 is the slope of line 1, in order for this to be perpendicular, okay, ML1 should be equal to the negative reciprocal, okay, of ML2. Okay, negative reciprocal. So what do you mean by that? If the slope of line 1 is positive 2, the lines are perpendicular if the slope of line 2 is negative 1/2, inverse reciprocal. That's all for now. I will see you next time.